Okay, let's do in this kitchen talk. Give some idea what you can do without professional help. Or what,
Yeah.
like sometimes, as a coach or as a therapist, you also work with people that have a lot of questions. But sometimes there is no therapist, or there is no counselor, or there is no coach around. And what kind of tips can we actually give you without this kind of professional idea behind it? How can you actually heal yourself?
Or even help yourself maybe to get through some tough times. Because if I may, Christmas and New Year's Eve, it's all not so merry as I notice.
Yeah.
Because working with people now one-on-one, I see that a lot of people actually are having trouble to go through this all Merry Christmas, big thing, festive time. It's actually a really tough time to go through. It can be very lonely, it can be very overwhelming, it can be very difficult financially, and that also brings people down. There is lots and lots going on, and people who've been in trouble before Christmas, going through a very difficult time, and then Christmas happens, or all this festive time, and it makes it even more difficult.
Yeah.
So for someone who is not getting a professional help, or doesn't have a life coach, or doesn't have a mentor, what that person can give to themselves to get through this festive.
Yeah, like the festive time actually is for many people like a kind of like pain. Maybe you have lost someone, maybe you are in a divorce, maybe you lost your job. I mean, there are so many things that actually don't bring any joy into your life, and not having someone professional then, because actually I still believe that people are very good in actually solving their own problems. In a way, they always solve their own problem, even when you visit a professional there. I think it's to take yourself very serious, first of all. Yeah, that you actually know that you are in pain, or that you feel your pain, or your anger, or your frustration, or your desolation, feeling isolated. I mean, take it serious.
How?
Like looking at yourself and feeling your pain, and not saying, I should actually be happy, or I shouldn't feel this. Most of the time we try to be happy, and we give happiness therefore a kind of big power in our lives. We should be happy. We have to strive to feel happy. Yeah, and of course it's wonderful when you're happy, but lots of times you have your questions with that. And I think like taking yourself serious is already that you calm down. Yeah, I may have my pain, and of course life is all about change. So even this kind of things that I find difficult now will actually change again in the future. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So having that hope always that you know that there is always that kind of change going on makes also that you give yourself freedom to think then in a kind of a little bit different way. Yeah. What makes me happy maybe now when I in this kind of situation is that by being like serious about what I feel, I can actually also maybe change that. Yeah? When I feel pain, when I feel loneliness, and I ask myself the right questions about it. Yeah? What do I need from myself to change this? Mm-hmm. Yeah? What is for me actually happiness? Do I have maybe a big idea about it that I never can actually create? Yeah? And when I'm going into a divorce, where is my pain? Is it about my loneliness, or is it about not feeling respected? And this kind of self-exploration makes that you calm down. Not saying to yourself like, because that is the other side on it, that you say like, oh, where do I go through? oh, how terrible is it? But actually saying like, I give actually a kind of feeling to every word what I say. I actually activate every time an emotion about it. What kind of emotion will make me happy? What kind of emotion or thought will help me to remind me of my power? Simple questions to yourself. And I know we most of the time we ask the question, why, yeah? And we never get answers on that. So like, especially when you ask yourself questions, is about what can help me? How can I actually go there? What is useful for me or purposeful for me? So the what and how is far more important than the why.
So it's really sitting down with yourself and giving it time and space to ask the right questions,
Yeah.
to feel what you need to feel to go through. And then
that kind of acceptance makes that it's not that like, okay, oh, I accept it from myself. Oh, fine. I'm good now. Yeah. Would be nice, but it doesn't work like that. So like that you actually realize how much power you have in choosing a side, going to the negative or going to the positive. Yeah. So you also understand then that the only one who's actually taking that direction is you. So in that way, I always say like there is this kind of self-forgiveness. When you can understand that at that time was for you the reason to go that exit, and it didn't make it so wonderful, that you actually reconsider what you have been doing. That you say like, okay, when I'm constantly are bringing my anger in, it doesn't help me so much. Yeah. When I actually can think of times that I felt okay with myself, can I bring that feeling back to myself? Can I initiate my life differently? Because actually it's only the embracement of self that helps you out of every misery. Yeah? Nobody can actually make you happy. Nobody can actually make it okay for you. As long as you think in a very negative way, nothing happens. Yes? The moment that you change your mind, your life will change. And I think that kind of, that you realize that you have that power, that is very strong, very powerful.
it is. It is. Nice.
So take yourself serious.
Yeah.